At this station, we remember how Roman soldiers mocked Jesus before they crucified him. Matthew's gospel tells us what happened. The governor's soldiers took Jesus into the praetorium and gathered the whole company of soldiers around him. They stripped him and put a scarlet robe on him, and then twisted together a crown of thorns and set it on his head. They put a staff in his right hand. Then they knelt in front of him and mocked him. "Hail, King of the Jews," they said. They spit on him and took the staff and struck him on the head again and again. This wasn't just cruelty. It was theater, twisted, sadistic street theater. The soldiers dressed Jesus up like a king, purple robe, crown, scepter, and then treated him like trash. They were performing a parody of coronation, turning kingship into a joke. The crown was woven from thorn branches, probably from a plant that grew wild around Jerusalem, long, sharp thorns that would pierce the scalp. They pressed it down on his head. Then they took the staff they'd given him as a mock scepter and beat him with it, driving the thorns deeper. Why did they do this? Some of it was boredom, soldiers waiting for an execution, killing time by tormenting the condemned. Some of it was racism. These Roman soldiers despised Jews, and here was a Jew claiming to be a king. Some of it was just human cruelty, the kind that emerges when people have power over someone helpless. But here's the irony they couldn't see. While they were mocking Jesus' kingship, they were actually proclaiming it. They dressed him in royal purple. They gave him a crown. They knelt before him, even in mockery, and they shouted the truth. "Hail, King of the Jews." They meant it as an insult. But Jesus really was a king, just not the kind they understood. Think about what this scene reveals. These soldiers represented the greatest empire the world had ever known. Rome's power stretched from Britain to Africa, from Spain to the Middle East. Their emperor was worshipped as a god. Their legions were unstoppable. And here they were, mocking a Jewish carpenter who claimed to be a king. How pathetic he must have looked to them, powerless, beaten, silent. Rome was power. Jesus was weakness. Rome would endure forever. Jesus would be dead by sundown. Except that's not how it turned out. 2,000 years later, we remember Jesus' name. Those soldiers are forgotten. Rome fell. Jesus' kingdom keeps growing. The crown of thorns became a symbol not of shame, but of triumph. This station teaches us that God's power doesn't look like the world's power. The world's power is domination, violence, conquest, forcing others to submit. God's power is love, sacrifice, service, freely choosing to give yourself away. The soldiers thought strength looked like their uniforms and weapons. Jesus showed that strength looks like a thorn crown and a willing heart. They thought kingship meant making others bow. Jesus showed that kingship means bowing to serve. The crown of thorns is now the crown of glory. The king they mocked is the king we worship, and the power they trusted has turned to dust, while the power they despised has proven eternal.